Senator of this House, I also have a role to guide the House sometimes when there's some lapses as per the standing order and the Constitution. Madam Speaker, let me begin by saying I want to support the House Business Committee membership. Although the majority leader, my simple advice to him is at least in future to rotate membership. I saw you have brought in Crystal Asige, brought in Shagila Abdallah. Is it Senator, nominated Senator from Lamu? I think so. And a number of colleagues. I think in future, majority leaders, so that people can learn, at least let us have rotational way of doing membership so that we can. Except, no. Madam Speaker, you need to protect me from the majority leader. I was protecting him a few minutes ago. Madam Speaker, I was protecting majority leader.
Until you started reprimanding him.
No, I was just saying as a way of learning, Madam Speaker, and I was protecting majority leader when he was under again a few minutes ago. But that was my advice, because me and majority leader have been here for some time, and Senator Kajwang, we thought, we have seen, I think in the last session, even he told us, and I remember, I'm using majority leader's words. When we were forming impeachment committees in the last session, he insisted for rotational. So I was just saying, in future, we see how we can do. I don't doubt your capacity, Madam Speaker. I know you have all the time in the world after you left being SG. I know you have the requisite experience, Madam Speaker. And therefore, I have no doubt alongside your colleagues. My only plea to you is that let us prioritize the business of the Senate. Number one. Number two, Madam Speaker, let us also be factual. We have raised, even in the running of this House, on many occasions, even issues of comfortability. I'm happy you have changed even cameras in the House, which moves the quality of transmission has improved. I can see there is many renovations and construction in the House. New books have been bought. I know the Commission might want to spend money before the close of financial year, but let us prioritize what is. But I wish these renovations that are doing around Parliament, including funny booths, we should have diverted that money for us to do county visits and do oversight. I saw majority leader alone trying to oversight Kericho County Referral Hospital. I wish it was the Senate Committee of Health, alongside him, Senator Mandoga and the team, and Senator Cheruya, the area senator, oversighting. We should divert the money. Even this Senate Mashinani, Senate Majority Leader, we can decide that in a quarterly session, we divide Senate into like 10, then visit at least every county using the resources, Madam Speaker, so that we have more impact, so that people see that we are following. Because the question, Madam Speaker, I was in Meru, I was in Mandera, I was in Nandi, I was in Muranga, and the question people are asking us, yes, you send money to Mashinani, but why don't you follow up and see if it is working? And I think that's the question all of us, the senators here, are. Even the senator of Wajir, the members would really want it, the public that are there, even Senator Kisumu, my neighbor. Madam Speaker, I think we need to be creative and innovative. Let us do away with Senate Mashinani. Let us break away in 10 groups. Allow this weekend, 2 committees can go to some regions so that we can divide. And I hope the majority leader will take it up with the House leadership and the House Business Committee, Senate. But all in belief, now the final one, Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to the Senate Business Committee, so that I only have 2 issues. I want to appeal to the Senate Business Committee to also be alive to what is happening. You know, if we have a problem in the country, the way we had State of the Nation, as the Senate Business Committee where you sit, be alive. If a matter happens in the morning and you are sitting in the midday and the member wants to bring it out in the afternoon, Madam Speaker, our standing orders have gathered for it. We don't need to be morticians. Sometimes we need to be proactive, Madam Speaker. We take action even before we don't need, and I think the Senate Business Committee has risen up to the occasion on several occasions. On our bills, motions, statements, Madam Speaker, I don't know what we will do. My only appeal, I don't know how we'll improve processing of statements, motions, petitions. And it has become a problem. Even the Public Investment Committee and County Public Accounts, we have so many reports. Members always come to our committees and ask us, what are you doing about particular recommendations that you made? I want to appeal that, Madam Speaker, we need to sit as a House and see how we can process statements, petitions and motions and become creative. I'm happy, Madam Speaker, and I want through Senate Business Committee and House leadership to appeal to the chairs of the committees and committees. Please don't discuss a member's motion, statement or bill without their involvement. It is collegiality that you are reading today, Madam Speaker. Why would you discuss my motion and bill like my bill? I received the feedback from your committee in social media when I was taking chai and mandazi, Madam Speaker, and Madondo somewhere in Kilimani, Madam Speaker. So please, it is important for collegiality and respect. Let us engage the members who brought that matter before the House. Finally, Madam Speaker, on the issue that is live, Madam Speaker, I want to appeal. You know, Madam Speaker, I saw our friends who are doing content creators. I know they came with all this drama and machismo for content creation for TikTok and to trend in Twitter and Facebook. Madam Speaker, if you read, you know, Madam Speaker, you know, the people are saying we are senior lawyers, they are senior, but also fools get old. Madam Speaker, the reading of the ruling of the court, because I have read, is directed to National Assembly. To infringe that the Senate is involved is a wrong premise. Because the Constitution divided the roles of the houses, National Assembly and the Senate, Madam Speaker. Even when you read the ruling, it says the National, and involves the Speaker of the National Assembly, Senator Speaker Moses Wetangula. If it is a party leader and is the Speaker, it is the business of the National Assembly. We don't have. And the courts did not say we can invite ourselves to the table on determining the court order. But I'm saying, let us be honest when we engage in terms of reading the law. When you look under Article 262, the Constitution envisages a purposeful interpretation of the law involving court orders, Madam Speaker. So these things that our brothers from the minority side are busy sitting on the seats, the goodness with the Senate is there is free sitting. It will not just make news today. Content creation, I've seen some of them I've already posted, Madam Speaker. Somebody who just walked out, I saw Shaweka, TikTok and other places. The point I'm trying to make, let us be honest with us. In fact, as we talk, and majority leader will support me on this, UDM did a post-coalition agreement as per Political Parties Act. Under Political Parties and Election Act, the law of Kenya allows for both pre- and post-coalition agreements. UDA signed with UDM. In fact, Azimio is no longer there. DAP walked away with only one MP, some content creator called Kasalasia. There is some funny governor who is busy insulting anybody and everybody that moves, just like our Chinese eat everything that moves. Madam Speaker, when you talk about NAC doesn't even have a single MCA. Does he have Nyumba Kumi? Something like that. So they have walked out of Azimio. Who else has remained in Azimio? Wiper, that the deputy minority, in fact, he should be removed from his seat. Because Wiper is no longer part of Azimio, Madam Speaker. So we must be honest. If we want to interpret this Constitution, we must interpret this Constitution for the betterment of this country. Let us not interpret Constitution for us to become politically convenient or relevant or to be celebrated, Madam Speaker. Let us allow the Constitution to speak and be heard. That court order that was directed. And Madam Speaker, one funny thing these people are not telling you, the colleague senator, sorry, they are not telling you that the courts did not determine who is the minority and majority. As things stands now, the minority, which is ODM and others, they are the minority. Because Azimio has disintegrated. In fact, the UDA is becoming majority because of the broad-based engagement with other political actors, Madam Speaker. So I want to appeal, Madam Speaker, since the court order did not direct, the senator cannot be there. The Senate, as the former chairman of JLAC Emeritus, Madam Speaker, there is no court order against the minority or majority side on the Senate, number one. Number two, even if today the court order that came out has been overturned by reference, I want to challenge Justice Martha Koome and the judiciary to also be proactive. They don't need to be morticians. They decide something that is long dead and gone. The DNA cannot be found and determined, Madam Speaker. So I want to ask our members in the National Assembly and the Senate, we are properly constituted and we are the majority side, Madam Speaker. Let us allow this week. You remember, Madam Speaker, in conclusion, when we were electing the Speaker, the minority side walked out. We did elect the Speaker. What happened? They came back. So let's allow them, majority leader, 1 or 2 weeks. Let's allow them to sit on seats, do content creation, post. When the heat is down, when the chips are down, they'll come back to their senses and ensure, Madam Speaker. So I want to appeal to the nation, there is nothing to worry from us legal scholars. That court order is only good for academic discourse, for morning television interviews and evening, among others, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, finally is to appeal to the House. I don't know, my chair of CPAC and the Senate Minority Leader is here. Please, as per the ruling of the court, that most of the county public accounts reports and CPIC should be considered by March. I want to appeal that we need to move faster so that we can ensure we don't offend the timeline that has been set by the law. Madam Speaker, with those very many remarks, allow me to leave it there and to thank you and to say that I support the formation of Senate Business Committee so that from tomorrow we can have a business. And it's good to see Senator Mandago. Congratulations. You are now a serious man in our community. You can sit when a girl is being betrothed, because at least your son went through rite of passage. I know people like Aaron still have a long way to go. Our condolences to the Speaker, Madam Speaker. Also condolences to Senator Kinyua for losing his beloved dad. We pray and stand with. Some of us could not come, Madam Speaker, because of what you saw. If you saw people are saying people are working without underwears, we could not sit in such a forum, Madam Speaker. So when funerals are funerals, let's allow them to be. When politics, let's go to rallies. Madam Speaker, with those many remarks, I support.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Kajwang.
Madam Speaker, I've sat here with typical patience. I've been in this House for 10 years, and today I'm the last to speak, even though I was in the House at 2:30. I think even speakers need to put in some algorithm, because those of us who've been around sometimes can benefit the House out of our experience. And Madam Speaker, I didn't sit here to score political points or to speak politics. I took